So your Ghana players via transfers from the enda no permit me aka Joseph Pencil. The news regarding Joseph Pencil, they say he is not likely to move to the championships. Na Southampton e peno, and they muted a swap between Omo and Abrantia or no free Genk joining under Southampton. That was during last transfer window, no, in the winter. Now Okoye no Newman farm. I'm talking about Paul Onuachu. So they wanted a swap between Omo Genk here, the player to still be in their fold. Until Munyanka Paul Onuachu will return. Nanko swap with Joseph Pencil, but he's not so keen on moving to the championship as it stands now. Hona move Nijina. Jeremy Doku. So what I can confirm now is that he has a verbal agreement with Manchester City. Jeremy Doku, any city has that verbal agreement. But the Akani say clubs nimi no better as your Mekasa. Into City are basically done on the player side. What is left the club side? Says so Muditi Hong Kong away. A look from somebody based in Belgium, no leak information where Miss Maker be their chair a year for near for Nanka no and can be. But let's start with this. Louis Hall. Louis Hall, a young player, hugely talented, 18 years old. Oye boy, shared the talent Okita, any the potential Okita. Basically, he can rise to become a very, very good player in the game of football. Oye versatile, ball central midfield, ball left side of midfield, sounds to me ball as a left back. Now, baby, I will draw on a career muno. What he needs is regular game time to improve and then enhance the development. Adia or no. The official no. Can Chelsea offer it? No. Chelsea are at a stage where they are also looking to build a formidable side that is capable of winning trophies not just on the domestic front but also in Europe. And Chelsea need players who are already established to play. Along the line, they make arrangements for players almost so bad they will need some few minutes. But this is the situation. The boy wants to play now. Chelsea will play in very few competitions as compared to last season this time. The Chelsea left back situation, no, people forget, say, as it stands now, maybe Luis Hall will be like third choice or maybe to some extent fourth choice. Because Ben Chilwell, Cucurella, Ian Matson, and then potentially Levi Colwill can still play. And the boy waits now, which is regular game time. The best thing to do is that you fulfill a player's wish. As it stands now, Newcastle it is all open, and Newcastle want to get the boy in their books because almost feel say and particularly Newcastle have an issue with their left back. Yes. And at times I almost this tall striker defender Yom Kofano from Brighton, Damben. Yeah. Or to me Besha Honobo as a left back, but Damben is a centre back. So if they are getting this boy, he will get the regular minutes he needs. He will get the right room to develop because under Eddie Howe is one of the nicest managers one can work with. And in terms of talent development, so clearly the two get to work together in Ebebua. And they also work for the same agency, Wasserman.
Oh, okay.
Eddie Howe Jumama Wasserman, the same agency of Morani Mikel Arteta. So agency we are na boy Juma de Momo. So clearly they get to meet and then things will work out well, hopefully, or call loan. And then they make it permanent for £28 million. I think it's a good deal. People are talking about the fact that Chelsea might come to regret later. Regretting something like this, I don't think we can decide now. Theo Walcott was a very promising talent, and he's saying bye-bye to football. He never maximized his potential, never reached maybe a juice or bedu. So potential is not enough to cement a player will be great and only great. Only time will tell. And as it stands now, the timing is right for Chelsea to move on from Lewis Hall, Norma Coleman, to Reece James. Reece James has answered Prabion, and it is becoming consistently worrying. Meshe Reece James ne injury ne nyomonya. The player that comes to mind perhaps will have to be Vasiriki Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi was a fantastic footballer, solid in every sense of the word. Bono Onimbo, very good tackler. He was basically a midfield enforcer, a midfield enforcer. The ono person, he pushes it through the middle. then he helps every manager who game plan be an obetime utilize him because technically he was brilliant as well. But for one thing, injuries. On your 42 different injuries when a career more, Abu Dhabi never rose to the level and he him so obetime drew. Potentially when the time was right, they felt player no was leaving at the point in time he didn't even achieve up to 10% of the potential. So player be there. Ade do nya pass when born ba pra. If you are able to escape that barrier, now in between playing consistently and still delivering on your potential, and the mouth to me drew. So imagine a player like Messi. Nanka Messi ball nimboni na no Messi ball 4 matches no atenefi. Messi ball 3 matches no atenefi. It would affect and as a bit disrupted the momentum. And man to me do baby episode. So the biggest enemy to every footballer is injury.
Now no do baby ya meba you nim de nyame hihye esitie ba ya na fa bibi mfi omo ba ya bibi mo so ndro mo yi o.
Okay, so it be a lifestyle.
Yes.
Ebi so ye ne body na nkasa se ne yesi etie. There was an issue with Dembaba na all by England no. He initially was not supposed to join Newcastle. Yep. Omo ye test ye bibia no omo say ne kotodwe no issues wom and if they sign him ebe home. So they left him. And sana Newcastle mobile be poachia. He became the hit that he was supposed to be. There have been players who have had injuries linked to their body framework. Send your mobile density, no, and more munya injuries in them. So, ebiswaha, based on that, ebiwaha and a lifestyle. In the case of Reece James, and this is how the disturbing it gets. In the last 4 seasons, for club, Reece James are missing close to 50 games.
50 games?
Yes. For club and country, echo 80 games. Yes. That is how disturbing it is. Last season in Kwano, on my Reece James injury history now, Reece James may say 25 games for Chelsea in all competitions. That is 5 games more to 30 games. And you will be league full season, no. He sat out through injuries. And injuries ni na no check here. A hamstring. Hamstring has to do with Nesre. Then our thigh problems. Back there no yare. Then hamstring, knee injury, hamstring. Hamstring, osre chi. If you see adibesi ukoto no. Osre nechi no. That is a hamstring. If you pull it, you could ever obet me as a strain or a tear. So based on the various degrees of hamstring, I'll be the period I'll bet nanchayache. But what causes it? As any athlete, so to require sudden stops, overlapping runs anyway. Now, baby, your bonus will count. Into overlapping runs, your passable ma will break you wedge nano. Ni nano, Emma, we are prone to this kind of injuries. But how does he deal with it? I think that James Nankasasu, to some extent, perhaps will have to look at himself. I think that the body need the way it's here, no. Muscles no need the way I will see I building a huafano. To me, he looks more of a bodybuilder than somebody who is actually in shape. Yep. You guys will be in shape. Just physically, the joints, the BBS is so kama. Was stretchy, Emma BBI a kama. So a rare SSR person, no best of more muscle injuries, Nessanyo Maniomano. I'm only speculating here. For James, Michelle, what building a home? Once I saw Washishaka crack. Good. But oh yes, Anna, it might expose you to certain things because especially when you are stretching your muscles.
SOMPA Sports.
Ne upper body ni mu do. Ne form no so ye kakra. I hope you get it. You are supposed to stretch. You are supposed to run. You are supposed to do so many kinds of exercises. Player now no. Muscles in him. Stretch him. So potentially leaves you more prone. Maybe you are more in shape. You keep a balanced body shape, body size. Now, it might limit some of these injuries. It is a big concern. And for him to realize the potential, Reece James is not the best right back in the game now. But all the attributes, you can't say the best player say our attributes need to fit that description, say the best right back in the world. But even one full season credit so obey me about. So how then does one make a case that Reece James now the best right back in the game? It is disturbing. For Chelsea, they might think Malo Gusto will fill in there. But the greatest concern is if your captain will sit out for less than 20 games, sorry, more than 20 games, it becomes a big question mark, and it's something that needs to be addressed. Crucial. So it's Omudi Hujuma, and yes, and Yoma Bekechre. To some of the newspapers, need your more reporting with Italy. La Gazzetta dello Sport, say Luciano Spalletti will take over as the Italian national team coach. Into macho l'Italia di Spalletti. There's a Spalletti's Italy. No matter stuff about the contract, no about and they've talked to Gravina, Bibia de Danakwemo. So potentially he would take over. This particular development, there was a war between Napoli president ADL and the FIGC, the Italian Football Federation. There was no feeling say, wait no money in that war contract. They will pay him some money. So I was anka FIGC in compensating Napoli. Maybe tomorrow we'll look into that. The notion as you din Boadu, also Kasa said he never envies players now more cause Saudi Arabia, but I on the time and Kebia uncle.
On the time and
uncle. Sabotage is a player be in so. But also on the CC no. And ya di Obeka say tia player beer all free Italy and na Europe and the Akko Saudi Arabia ball. What is saying indirectly to mean that the era now a womb football now. It is more than the players' ambitions and person with Bomber top club. No, money runs the game now. Even for the organizers, I don't think players never matches be now. Organizers need more money. Sponsors are coming in. FIFA is expanding the World Cup. Most of these federations are expanding on more competitions to allow for more games. It is for revenue. So if for more organizing game, nuclear pesca, and a player no born on your pesca. Yes, and the Saudi market offers good money. And most of these players are players now born on Bebo Europe. For players who still have their ambition intact, I don't think they will consider. But the point is that if I am moving to Saudi Arabia, it's to secure my future. And also got back you and say, oh mama me chambo be say and I wait ba mesike do him na oko but ono dia e bia onko. He's from a different era of the game. On the time and on that game nindru baby edru no. These were very good footballers then. But Sikana will be more GCCA, you know. May have any kind, maybe Kaya Vet Musika no more general. And Akabaji Omube deserving more than 3 times. Because Wemo Bobo, Wemo are making money at the era of the game. And we need to appreciate it and fall in line with what Baggio is saying. To the next, there is still something about Lukaku and then Juve. But Juve will not just get Lukaku. You move on to Corriere dello Sport. Almost I reported Berardi sell offerta. There's a Juve are offering 20 million euros for Domenico Berardi from Sassuolo. But Sassuolo are looking for 30 million. Along the line, there needs to be a compromise. And the Juve person said they want to offer close to 25 million. Normally, the player back account on loan to compensate for the absence of Berardi in the Sassuolo setup. Berardi has been a Juve player before. Nyoma Namfa, then loan deals or Motonim Sassuolo. So going back to prove that he belongs, it is something that he will love. And Allegri wants him on board to also help his cause. And the two, Okotuto Sports, they are also saying something similar. And then let me end with this. Chelsea's midfield is complete. Na akampaibo. Intended empire Bama Chelsea midfield no. Bet me amanako.
Father, in the name of Jesus Christ. Ewari ma omo bo. Angel mercy. Ewari pejano yanekasia. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, disappear. Ewari ma pray away. Omo superstar prayer. Ma pray away. Pejano yanekasia. Ewari sha pray away. Oh, na timbi emetono. Oh, yeah, team. Oh, the friend, just much. Germany. Wombatono. Ma, pray away. Oh, let's go. And to pray. And to shape. At the hotels. Buses. Tiba drop. And we are to Dimu. Pajano, Nan Cassia. And what channel? Let's go. And to G Wagon. Rolls Royce. Amada. Dantre. Oh, Monsi Adine. And what? Ma, want to. I was saying, class, be said. Red over. West Royce. Amada. Battery.
Empire your body ama Chelsea midfield 3 no. Osha potentially Chelsea have the next generation top midfielder no. Chelsea never far.
Big Mate, China the Oba na the more.
Why?
Why?
Bibia bekoyi.
And then I'm part with them also for the Empire. Wow.